I've lived in multiple households, and I've learned so much from mothers and daughters as opposed to fathers and sons, who are reclusive and had to play that role to appear wise and professional schemers. The ladies embraced life to the fullest. And if there happened to be a tomboy, he would be accepted and plugged into both worlds immediately. Who, me? No. I've been pushing through the city's backbone with my vision narrow and horsed on crisscrossed course seeking validation. You see, you never sought to cite insights, each a unique creation. You mold a chameleon out of me, then loft color, handpicking heroes matching me with their valor, strengthening weaknesses, paralyzing sicknesses, numbing, dumbing tendency to impress you with sequences, keep me changing, ranging your frequencies. Who do you think you're scaring? Pairing virtues to masked vices, there is no them in me. Now my spirit dashes to late-grade ashes, dancing ritually and raising phoenix out of burnings. We love time-wasting immersions. Puffing, laughing, dreaming of better versions of ourselves. Books of greatness inked, but not linked to our minds, they gather dust on our shelves. I remember my life before my adolescence, with the presence of my mom in present tenses, painting vivid pictures of adoration in a timid situation for her young son. She could not afford a decent meal, so she made a deal to serve herself through serving me. Before every first light, she'd take a knee, packing cachettes in my front backpack pocket, kissing my forehead, and a soft breath that spoke, saying, "You have all that you need in you." I hate how we are out of the race before it even started. I still think we would have had other families on the edge of their seats, but were so far apart in country trace our footsteps. I see them approaching, wielding sledgehammers, and they're angry at someone. I know it can't be me, but I'm the only one on this other side. Where are you, Mom and Dad? You said we'd go through this together. I wish I could hide inside the huge tins of House of Manji biscuits you brought home, but I've outgrown them and my size dictates I find new shelter. I grew up believing that that was love, but now understand its method to madness both of you implemented. My relationship now steered towards agreements demented by what I thought were mutually consented purposes, yet I often end up segmented like departed souls from carcasses. But what saddens me most is that I feel nothing. It's the manhood virtue that the world has taught me. So I speak to say, woman is to man what man isn't. I've moved through my life journey on the end of indexes pointing with insecure people fronting, so it's only natural that I fight back with fist and anger fits, dishing out clapbacks to expose these clashbacks. Hence I train to drain the pain in ways I can't explain just to get my cash back, cause you can't let them fool you. Time is money, and when I can, I dash back to recollect from times when we had faxes to reconnect, for waste men who worked hard and here to pick up my taxes, but you get me to understand that it's not all muscle that win battles, to not remain stiff as my dances, to speak softly and seize that's holding and folding fingers and grab these chances that once bounced off my knuckles. So when I talk to her, she chuckles and buckles me tighter on this sensual seat. I speak to say, woman is to man what man isn't. I know you expect me to be as intense as I always am, to speak about killing, unfairness, loss, truth, search for self, and end all my lines in rhyme. You are used to me in a role that shouts more about my skin tone and speaks less of the words I say, to tell you about history as I search for mine. In outright sincerity, I am that person, but for them, not you. It's what has been expected of me. To not write you love letters and recite them in every platform I stand on, to play stereotype and feed off of what they say I should be, to label me the one who made it, yet I starve at night, fighting the cursor, cussing it in every defeat to be accepted by my peers. Acknowledgement can be a pain in the ass. It's what led me to denounce myself as a poet. I could not live with the pressure of living a stanza while wrestling to free my perception of self to become more than just text. So what? I love flowers. I've been surrounded by men who are weaker than what they fear, women who are stronger than how they appear. So then it occurred to me that I'm becoming what I was never meant to be, a premonition of self-demolition, a block of what you term him. I am a well of warmth. No wonder they thirst for me. They need what I have and smear my soul with dark and cold so as to resemble them. It's no mystery my relationships don't last. It's never been about love, but lust. Ah, fuck, I'm rhyming again. Ah, shit, I'm cussing again. Like all my exes who yearned to engulf me in affection, to dissolve my entire being in theirs, to embrace and teach me man is layered with each level, sprouting essence of benevolence, of grief and tenderness, of belief and cleverness, of faith and everness. Take your conflict away from me. I am tired of living out your ambitions, of giving in to your conditions, of pleading for your permissions, of devoting to your empty missions. No longer shall I give up on my wholesomeness for what you deem womanly. I speak to say, woman is to man what man isn't. Where are you, mom and dad? I need you to guide me, to teach me how to man. One can only fight so many fights. Best friends preach their false gospel from their polished book, but deny to look at roots that found in dirt to make their own pages. They can't view themselves in mirrors, so through me attempt to create their own reflections, to paint me and marvel at the canvas of their own complexions. Why do you fear difference? Lack of control doesn't mean rejection. It's simply an experience of expression. Then you call me sensitive? Fuck, I'm teaching again. Damn, I'm preaching again. I am not perfect. Not like your self-righteousness. Can't you see that it is borrowed? You quote rappers and holy texts, but without drawing references from within. Can't you see your soul is hollowed? Yet your path is one to be followed. I want to tell you something. Your perception of me is exactly that. Yours. I am running on fumes. My paranoia enters teenage. Rebelling at your shallow, narrow understanding of my actions that you say are gay. I seek to rekindle my raging love for you, to be myself in all that I can be, but only through my eyes and what you can feel for me. I hope you know that this is me beneath my mask. So if it's not much to ask, could you please stop dictating what you failed to become for me to be? I am aware I'm better, but rarely speak of it to not offend your vagueness. I am aware I can't cater to your cringe of what you think and your cognitive lameness. Why is everyone pointing fingers at me? I'm lost in the world with nowhere to go. I'm repeating myself. I'm lost for the girl with all to give. I'm depleting myself. I'm lost from my thoughts with nowhere to live. I'm defeating myself. I'm lost for the cause with nothing to gain. I'm deceiving myself. I'm lost from joy with writhing pain. I'm receiving myself. I'm looking for ways to pass to better days, to pass the grayer days, to cast talents for greater pays, but crippling doubt gets me weeping tears and fears engulf a consuming processed maze. I need water. You see, I write for the crowd. I'm right for the loud, yet margin calls get me trading insecurities, misreading obscurities, or misleading immaturity. I mustn't falter. Knees weak sweating, thoughts of failing are offsetting. WebMD has the answer, it's probably cancer. I'm not a defaulter. So I roll a joint to connect with myself, resigning from society ills, reclining from its reeking spills. Fast food slows us down, fast moods kills us. We are of the fragile, of thin skins, they see right through us. Self-belief is no longer, wealth relief is not stronger. We foster symptoms of imposter syndrome, then think it obscene when they boo us. They surely are many, leeching, stealing your poorly earned penny, speaking feelings of sickly drunk Henny, sneaky dealings and Mary Janing. I've lost my mind in the 12%, but vision still 20/20. I see clearer now. A time before everyone got dressed up, before we lost our culture. So I speak to say, woman is to man what man isn't. For you I am short, uneducated, broken, poor, and handsome. That's all you see. Abu, ni possible. Bitch, move your face away from me and go plastate on someone else's pelvis. I move around being subject to objectivity, jealousy, and men who are envious. I do not want what's in your pants, but what's in your brain. I do not want sex, but to make love to your neurons in essence so you can know God through this dick. Fuck your drunken one-night stands. I want to be your man in these sheets. I want to be your man in the streets. Be a lover who consumes my being. Blind me, filter out whoever else that grooves in pretense. Grab me, say tonight I am yours. you are mine and I'm the one your heart beats for. Days may be uncertain, but I draw the curtain for you to peer through my soul, my mind, my all, flesh to flesh. I've dreamt of you since I was a blood clot. Unzip your costume and reveal to me your splendor. You only listen when I verbalize sex, eh? But when I talk about my feelings and intrinsic views, I become weak in your eyes. It doesn't please you when I give in to your plea of opening up and sharing what I really think about. Do you know how much I desire you? To embrace and drown in warmth with you. You see, I'm infringing on set ideals. You're cringing at my soft ideas. But men have too many roles to play. To be husbands, fathers, brothers, teachers, preachers, heroes, trash, tall, leaders, lovers, nervous, faithful, bad, good, mostly bad, Brians, Kevins, servants, lovers, cunning, funny, soulful, shameful, boastful, humble, sexist, moderate, liberal, dark, ponster, godly, wild, tame, schemer, dreamer, screamer, strong, cocky, cute, short, helpful, friendly, rough, charming, tough, studly, fit, big, fat, sculpted, working, sexy, groomed, all this assumed. What a shame. What excites you for me is not the same. See, the world has made me quieter, so when I talk, my vocabulary is mundane as that of a fighter. There's nothing else to do but to shout. There's nothing else that comes out. So then I feel I've run out of ideas. I have to rhyme here, make you cheer, have you laugh there, wipe a tear for your entertainment. I do like becoming me, though. To muscle my way through each encounter. To not talk to your girlfriends and raise suspicions. To not fit into your specifications. I rant too much. It's not manly. I used to solve problems without vocalizing them. Now I feel the need to prove my Hercules weight. To wear baggy jeans, boots, and bespoke suits. To rally mule recruits in swimsuits for peer salutes. To wear smiley faces for fear weakness pollutes. To craft a path through your ways with constant commutes. To feed into your thoughts in my daily pursuits. To not be a friend, for a man is not man with zero disputes. To sleep with 1,000 women, yet my love dilutes. There's so many rules to man, so I rest to fly back to grassroots and hope my plane overshoots your bullshit. And speak and say, woman is to man what man isn't. Here I stand, naked before you in mental opulence. A child again in his adolescence, with the presence of his dad in present tenses, painting vivid pictures of adoration in a timid situation for his older son, kissing his forehead and a soft breath that speaks to say, you have all that you need in you. I am a man in love with his womanliness, and I love you too. So let me breathe.